recommendation from a FIFA task force that the 2022 Qatar World Cup be held in winter has caused a stir in the football community. The task force has proposed that the tournament take place in the run-up to Christmas. Now, if that's confirmed by FIFA's executive committee next month, it'll mean that other football schedules will be severely disrupted. This includes the Premier League in the UK, which is likely to start earlier and finish later to accommodate the change. The seasons before and after would probably also be affected, perhaps other seasons too, if the disruption was severe. The Premier League Chief Executive Richard Scudamore, who's on the task force, has been a vocal opponent of a winter tournament, saying for the integrity of the league to have to stop for 6 or 7 weeks is less than ideal. But it's not just the Premier League schedule that will be impacted. This season, for example, a team in the Capital One Cup, the Champions League and the Premier League would have played about 14 matches during November and December. Sky Sports also predicts that if the World Cup were held from the 26th of November to December the 23rd in 2022, at least 50 football leagues and 80 Premier League games could be affected. That's a lot of matches to reschedule, and with the winter transfer window opening on January the 1st, and thus player contracts to consider, there will be no easy solutions. FA Cup arrangements would also change, with the FA Vice Chairman David Gill suggesting that replays could be dropped for one season. A winter tournament would also clash with the decisive weeks of the group stage in the UEFA Champions League. But UEFA President Michel Platini says reorganising the schedule wouldn't pose a major problem. And it's even been suggested that a winter tournament could bring certain benefits.
England certainly, after all the experience they've had, they confess to you privately, they just do not know what to do with that month between the end of the league season and the beginning of the World Cup. Not necessary in November, December. You can play for Manchester United or Arsenal on the Saturday, and you can kick off the World Cup 6 days later for your country in a state of absolute full fitness.
There is also talk of making the World Cup shorter to minimise disruption for the major European clubs. This would mean games would be held closer together. That's a realistic option when you consider that Qatar is far smaller than previous host countries, such as Brazil, making travel between games easier for the teams involved.